Hey, this is Wileen Benson, and you are on the Daily Gratitude Call, where we start every day in gratitude. Gratitude is the highest energy state that we can be in. It creates a frequency of positive vibration that attracts positive experiences into our lives. Hey everybody, this is Wileen Benson. This is our Daily Gratitude Call, and just want to welcome all of you here, all of you who are here live, and also those who are listening on the podcast. We're actually getting started a little bit later in our starting the recording a little bit later than we usually do, because we had a little discussion before we started the recording just with our live participants here about prisms and crystals and rainbows and all fun things like that. And I thought, well, I guess that's what we're focusing on. So I've got the timer set for 90 seconds, and I think we'll just use the word prisms and just see what comes up. So we've already had a little short discussion, but I invite you to just go ahead and take a deep breath. Allow yourself to get into a really open space to be able to listen and receive any new inspiration that is coming to you today about gratitude for prisms. And I've got the timer set for 90 seconds. We're going to do a private silent meditation and just write down whatever comes to you. Gratitude for prisms. Begin. Wow, this is just really cool. I remember playing with prisms when I was a kid in school. I never had one actually until I was an adult, probably like in the last 10 years. Have never actually owned a crystal or prism or anything like that. But I do remember playing with these big, heavy triangle glass blocks, as a kid in school, and just loving that the colors that would burst forth from those prisms when light was shined on them. And that immediately took me to like the light that God showers down upon us, and that light, we see light as just like a glow. We don't see blue, red, purple, green, yellow, we don't see all the colors in the light, but the prism is just taking the light and changing it into something that is more like it's separating it into its individual parts. So, that light has all of those colors within it, but as we look at the light, we can't really see it. But as soon as it goes through that physical prism and the light refracts out into all the different colors, we can see it and understand it on a physical level. And I was just thinking about how God sends light down from heaven. All the colors are in that light. All the understanding is in that light. All the abundance is in that light. but all we see and feel is just the light from heaven coming down. But as we allow it into our bodies, if we, kind of see ourselves as a prism, that it can go forth as things that are more understandable, that other people can see, that they can use, they can touch, they can implement. And just seeing myself as a prism, and that all of those things are present in that light, but it's not until it hits one of us and we take that light of inspiration and make something of it, that other people can experience it. Got Lara and Melissa and Robert and Tyree. We'll go in that order.
So mine was very simple. I remembered that the rainbow, so it's a rainbow of color, and the rainbow was the sign from God that it was a promise, right? That he would never destroy the earth by flood again. It was a promise. It was a promise from God. And so the rainbow is a symbol of promise. And so the prism, through the prism, we see how God's promises touch everything in our world.
Just like when light comes through a prism, it bursts forth and touches everything.
Yeah. And it's the rainbows. It's these tiny rainbows, this evidence of God's promise and commitment and his faithfulness to us, and it's everywhere.
I love that we can see the evidence of God because of that.
And his promises, right? It's that word promise. Like he is faithful, and he's told us he's made so many promises to us, and he always keeps his promises. And his promises are still alive and active today, and there's ones that we don't know the end of the story, and it's so, and for me, it's so important for me to grab hold of and to hold on to his promises, right? Instead of, which is really holding on to his faithfulness and what he has said he will do for his people, right? So rather than just holding on to or being distracted by circumstances.
Beautiful. Thank you.
So you could have a really ugly room and have all these little rainbows flashing everywhere from the prism and realize, that God's promises are alive and active.
Beautiful.
And it's all the other things about him, like you were saying, but just focusing on that word promises was such a, yep.
I can feel that new understanding within yourself. Thank you. Melissa.
I really like what Laura said, and it really builds on what I was thinking about. So in my old house, we had crystal chandelier, and only like at one time, not in the whole year, but at one time for like a short season, the sun would be able to hit it, and there would be rainbows all over, and the kids loved it. And so I thought of the timing and how the light has to be exactly in the right place, and then the crystal has to be in the right place. They have to be aligned to see the rainbow. And then I thought of God's immutable laws, like they don't change. Like if they're lined up exactly perfectly, then it has to happen. That light has to reflect in the exact place it reflects at, because that's just the law, right? The law of light. And I just thought about aligning my life with his purpose. It like has to happen, it's not because I want it to, or my desire. It's because it just has to happen that way, because it's his law and it's how it works. So it's just
Wow.
that like totality of it.
Yeah, that's so powerful. And to know that all you have to do is get in alignment with his promises, with his, with those natural laws to be able to have the effect that you want. Thank you. Robert.
Well, it's interesting that Melissa used the word law of light because, see, you can take a crystal, but you can also take a Strauss crystal, which is a higher crystal, a form of crystal. Some of the most expensive chandeliers use Strauss crystal, and the Strauss crystal will take light from a light bulb and shine forth through its crystal, that prism of color. But the law of light is very interesting because if we revert to the sun, that light going through a tangible object, even how it reflects a rainbow through the sky, even though we can't touch that, we see its effect. But you take that same light, and put it through a magnifying glass, it becomes extremely intense and powerful to burn.
Yes, I love that. There's a couple of things that I want to, just like speak out loud because I'm kind of like seeing some new understanding here. Going along with what Melissa said too, that light in the sky, like you were talking about, Robert. I mean, how many times if you see a rainbow, and especially if it's like a full rainbow, that you're like run outside with your camera and you're like bringing your whole family with you, come and look at this. It's like everything is aligned perfectly and it's cause for celebration. It just brings this feeling of joy. I don't know if you guys are like that, but we're like that here at our house. Or like a really beautiful sunset or something like that, it's like, come out and see. And we just want to share that with everybody and want to capture it on film, so that we can remember it. And just that feeling of celebration when everything is aligned. And then the other thought that I had as you were talking, Robert, is when you learn the law of light, when you've learned the principles of manifestation, of recreating something that was just like things happen to line up and it's like, oh, cool, look at what happened. I don't know how it happened, but it happened. And then actually learning those principles that you could take a magnifying glass, or you could take a light bulb, or you could take, the resources that are easily and readily available to you and bring them together into the perfect alignment to be able to recreate an experience, and how powerful that is. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Tyree.
So I was just thinking about how when you shine man-made lights through a crystal, how it can still show the beauty of the crystal, and it's fun and it's beautiful. But when you have the sunshine that shines through the prism, then that prism is at its full glory. And we are in our full glory when we allow the sun, God's sun, to shine out fully through us.
Wow. Yes. So powerful. And you're right. There are man-made lights. There are false lights that we could, receive our inspiration from and have a measure of effect, a beautiful effect from that. But to be in our full glory, to be able to, to seek for the true source of light, to be able to really magnify who we are. Thank you. Betsy.
So, wow, ditto to all the beautiful things that have been shared. Pretty much everything you said word for word initially, Wileen, about this was exactly what I had written down. And I had another word as well. Is, we talked about the one beam is directed into this crystal. And as Mary said, it shines out and it's just all over the room, and just this multifaceted and beautiful colors. And I thought about the beam that goes in is light or white, or, you know, the truth of God into this prism, and how then it's transformed. And I thought about the rainbow, and truly the rainbow is made up of water and light, and a kabillion particles of water that are perfectly aligned, like we talked about. But it's a transformation of those water particles to then reflect and shine out in a beautiful I don't know, display in the sky, much like, you know, northern lights and other things that we so appreciate, these beautiful colors. But they started with one single beam. They started with the beam of the sun, the rays of the sun, and SON as well. And the transformation, the creation, and the change that these particles allowed, that change, they were receptive to that, to be able to shine out elsewhere and take that light and make it their own beauty elsewhere. So yeah, I really love this conversation. Thank you.
Wow. And I'm also seeing, thank you, Betsy. And I'm also seeing even more just power in, I know your kind of theme or just your mantra is, I love my true colors. And that's what you want to help people to do, is to love their true colors. And how much more powerful that statement is when you think about the true source of light, and that's the only way to really be able to see your true colors and to be able to express yourself in your true colors. And to love, I love my true colors means I love the source of light. I love shining myself in the brightest, most pure way possible. And there's like this inherent love that comes from this, that goes up, this gratitude that goes up to the source of light. When we can really let our true colors shine, we have to be plugged into that true source of light. So, you know, the ultimate statement that I'm saying when I say I love my true colors is, I love God. I love my source of light. I love what turning to my source of light does to me and helps me to become. I'm just seeing how much more, what a higher message you have now that I'm seeing this differently, as such a higher message.
Yes, I love that. Thank you. And truly, our true colors are the colors of divinity.
Yeah.
Our divine true
Mhm.
colors. That word divine, I mean, it's such an elegant word, but such a deep and pure, and it honors God when we allow our true colors, our true souls, our pure, innocent brilliance from within to really shine and be and overcome all of our awkward humanness. And yes, so exactly perfect. Thank you.
Beautiful. And if anybody is really resonating with that message of I love my true colors, Betsy, do you want to just share real quick on the recording and also in the Facebook group, Breakthrough with Gratitude, what your, I know you've got your Love, Joy, Solid group that is a public group for just basically anyone. And then you also, don't you also have like an I Love My True Colors Facebook group or something?
Yes. So the group is Joy, Love, Solid, all capitals to get solid in our joy. And I Love My True Colors is under construction right now. And there's also a community that I'm building as well, with beautiful discussions and guests and other things. So stay tuned for
Awesome.
that, and I'll share that out. But you are
Awesome.
more than welcome to come and share your light, share your goodness and joy, so that others can see that too.
Beautiful. So yeah, connect with Betsy on that Joy, Love, Solid group. So you can share that in the Facebook group, Betsy. That would be awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mary, I see that you're unmuted as well, but I wanted to read a couple things that are in the chat here. Just lots of really beautiful, love this, all that. Yes, Robert, looking for the prism of the mind, that does not make you the servant of your five senses. You can see beyond. I love that. I love my and our true colors. That was Betsy. And then Laura says, Melissa, I love your insight on the laws. Tyree, we are the prisms of God's light. I love that insight you shared. So beautiful. Lots of really awesome shares. Mary.
So the light that shines through the crystal prisms, when I was speaking of earlier, when I had one hanging in my kitchen window, it would reflect all over the place. And one of the things that I noticed whenever I saw that, it brought joy. It lifts the insides. It lifted my insides. It brought joy. It brought happy. So that no matter what was going on in life, at work or wherever, that light lifted and brought joy and
Beautiful.
a feeling of happiness.
Thank you. I'm just like envisioning myself in your kitchen with that prism and, the light being reflected all over, refracted all over. And and it does, it's just like, oh, look how cool. And I thought about like the chakras within, I'm not like a student of the chakras, but I do know that each one has a color that represents each level. And I can just like see that that energy of the color, of green, I think is the heart, if I remember right, just helping my heart to be lifted and spinning in a, just a more joyful way or something. I just can see that color would be a way that we could lift our spirits, and especially when it's that natural color that happens through God's light. Thank you.
Beautiful. That makes sense. That really does.
Totally. All right, let's go ahead and shift over into our permission process. Thanks for everyone's shares and thoughts and just bringing your energy here to this call today. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. And just allow yourself to maybe even see within yourself those colors, just from head to toe, how you are, you have the colors within you, and adding God's light. Just allow that light to come through the top of your head, through the crown of your head, and just spark those lights within you, just kind of like a light switch, just turning them on. And maybe seeing them start to spin, to just start movement as that light comes in through the top of your head and goes all the way down through your body and going out, shooting out through your feet into the earth, so that you're fully connected with God's light from heaven to earth. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. And just feel the joy of it. Just you've all seen rainbow or prisms that are reflected from crystals in the window, or sundogs up in the sky, or sunsets that seem to have every color of the rainbow in them. And so just feel the joy and the celebration that everything is aligned right now in this moment, that everything is aligned so that you are refracting out. And just in your mind, just envision this reflection of light that is shooting out from your body, through your eyes, and through your fingertips, and through your toes, and just everywhere, all around you. Just see this beautiful rainbow of color that because of the light of God, the light of Christ within you, the colors of your chakras, all these things being fully aligned, that you are creating this wonderful rainbow of light all around you. And just feel the joy and the celebration of that. And in this state of showing your true colors out, because you've got the true source of light coming in, what is your next step? What is the one most important thing that you can do today that will give gratitude to the source of light and will also allow you to act according to your true colors? What is the one most important thing that you could do today to really honor the source of light and the true colors that are being represented through you. What's your inspired shortcut today? And just trust the first thing that comes to you. You are fully aligned right now, and God knows exactly what, where you need to be, what you need to be doing, what you're ready for. That one most important thing, and just trust that. And then, is there a limiting belief that might be showing up that would halt you from acting on this inspired shortcut? Or is there a limiting belief about your true colors in some way? Whatever that limiting belief is, write that down and just sit with that limiting belief for just a moment. Is that going to serve you to believe that? Is it true? Is it even true? If it's not true for every single person on the planet, it's not true for you. It's not an absolute truth. It is just a belief that you have accepted as a truth. And is it going to serve you? And if you can see that this limiting belief is going to limit you, it's not going to allow you to live according to the true source of light and according to your true colors, then you have an opportunity right now to give yourself permission to choose a new belief, because it's not an absolute truth. You have the choice to choose a new truth for yourself. And if you're ready to give yourself permission to choose a new truth that will serve you better, say yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. So what are some new beliefs? New beliefs that are more in alignment with that person who has received that true source of light, that is reflecting out all of the true colors that are within the source of light and that are within you, that divine light within you. What are the new beliefs that will be more in alignment with that will take the place of that old limiting belief? 2 or 3 new beliefs to replace that old limiting belief. And as you're writing those new beliefs, I invite you to bring those new beliefs into your body and allow those, kind of do a quick check all the way down through the top of your head, all the way down to your feet. And if there's anything resisting these new beliefs in there, just allow yourself to listen for any maybe additional limiting beliefs that are sitting there. Or maybe this is something that has just been there that's laid there forgotten, and it's time to just let that go. So with that true source of light coming in, as Robert mentioned, let's just see that as a magnifying glass, as a laser beam, and that anything it is not serving, that magnifying glass or that laser beam of light just eradicates in whatever way seems perfect to you, just completely burns away anything that is not in alignment with this divine light within you and the divine source of light coming into you from above. Allow that laser beam to just burn away anything that does not serve. And as you're looking within yourself and seeing that pure divine light and the movement going on within you, spinning and allowing those lights to be refracted and just shooting out from all around you, and recommitting to that one most important thing today. Is there any additional information that God can give you in this moment to help you understand your divine light and the role that you have using his source of light to serve others? Is there any additional information that he has for you right now in this moment? In a moment, I'm going to invite you to just come back to the present with us. And we have maybe just a couple of minutes for shares. And I also want to just invite anyone that is struggling in this area at all. If you're having a hard time really seeing your true colors or believing that you have those true colors within you and that they can be activated by that source of light or how you serve or whatever it is that you need support with, I would love to have a 15-minute conversation with you. Just go to askwylene.com and you can schedule a 15-minute call with me. Askwylene.com is how you get to my calendar. Tyree mentioned in the chat, I love this call and I have an obsession with rainbows. And thank you, exclamation point. So thanks, Tyree. And maybe just a couple of people that would like to share. Anybody that would like to share something about their experience today? Mary.
It might be a mistake. There's no mistakes. I'm not really sure what to share, but I know this has been a powerful experience. When we push aside what the light that's there, then we are ignoring our purpose. I'm beautifully vulnerable, letting my light shine. I am joyfully light. I'm enjoying being light and love. I am a beacon of light. I'm experiencing God's love and light in my life. I'm letting the light in. I am letting go and letting in. And I am living my true colors.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you so much, Mary. What powerful new beliefs. Thank you. And I can't remember exactly what word that you used when you were talking about like pushing aside the light that you are ignoring was the word that you used, your purpose. And the word that came to me was denying. You are denying yourself the ability to fulfill your purpose and the joy that comes along with that. So thank you so much for sharing. What powerful new beliefs. I'm so grateful for your transformation and for your share.
I'd like to share one more.
Yeah.
I am enjoying the easy flow of my life.
Yes. I love that. Thank you. Absolutely true. When we embrace that light within us. Colleen and then Betsy.
I was, as we were thinking about the prism and the rainbow and the broken, I thought how many times have I seen just a little sundog in the sky and just saw a broken piece of rainbow, but knowing I didn't really consciously think about it, but it is so whole, and how much we would like to think that we're broken, but we're whole. And the pieces that we see are just a part of that great big rainbow that is so beautiful and so wonderful. And sometimes we just really resist seeing it. It brings us into a thing of weakness. And that's what my belief is that I am whole, and it would be easy to believe weak things and say, and just hide out and not really stand up and be a voice to be heard, and to stand for principles and righteousness, and not shrink, not just cower in the corner, and but to shine forth the whole rainbow, because it is beautiful.
Wow, beautiful. I love that idea that just a little sundog in the sky is just a glimpse of the full rainbow that's there. We just can't see it. The light was only hitting in that one spot. Doesn't mean that, we're surrounded by color. If we could really see what was there. I mean, the colors are all here, all the way around us, all already. And I love that idea that I'm not broken. It's just I'm only letting everybody see just this one little piece of my colors. Thank you. Betsy.
Well, this was really beautiful and confirming as well. I was reminded when Wileen and I did, she's just a beautiful guide and leader, and we did a purpose call. And we did a similar exercise where the light would come in and what did I envision? And when my light radiated out, it radiated from my heart. And when I saw that today, again, it just radiated just, as far as the eye could see, and just was so beautiful. And I looked over at my vision board, and water and ripples have always been core to me. And I have a picture of heart water ripples that someone had made up. And so I cut that out and put it on my board. And then I realized as I'm looking at this, how many things have to do with light or radiating light or God's light, and even the striking of a match. And I really thought that as we talk about this, our heart, I have to go look for this now and find a heart-shaped prism that has all the different, carvings on it with all the different beautiful edges, so that then can shine out from the heart that way. And it was just so beautiful that truly God's light comes into our heart, and then anything we do radiate out. It radiates from all of us, but most importantly from a place of our heart and our love and our soul. So thank you. It was beautiful I don't know if I could express everything I felt and saw, and what a gift from God we each are, truly.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much, Betsy. That is a great, some great words for a meme, because I know you love creating those memes. What a great gift of God we are. I can't remember exactly. You'll have to listen to the recording to see what it was that you said. That's awesome. Thank you. I'm just going to go ahead and read what's in the chat here. There's lots of really cool stuff going on here, just lots of love being shared. And so I want to share that, and then we'll go ahead and end our call today. Melinda says, Mary, your share spoke straight to my soul. Would you be willing to write that in the group Facebook chat? And maybe even in the Breakthrough with Gratitude group, Mary, that would be awesome. Let's see. Thank you. Lots of thank yous. Deepti says, we are made up of three things: light, love, and energy. Light is all our energy colors that have all rainbow colors. Love is our heart, and we are made up subatomic particles, i.e. energy. I think in QI meditation, I'm not sure what QI meditation is, or mediation, that just concentrate on only these three things and these points. Maybe you can share that in the Breakthrough with Gratitude group as well, Deepti, that QI mediation and what that means, or meditation. It is meditation. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that clarification.
That's chi, I think.
Oh, chi, QI is chi.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I didn't know how to spell that. Thank you. All right. Well, love you guys. Thank you so much for everything that has been shared today. Awesome, awesome call. This is one of those that you can go back to if you're ever doubting your power and your divinity inside. This would be a great call to go back and listen to. We will be back together tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, and look forward to talking to you then, seeing you then. Thank you. Love you.
Thank you. Love you.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks so much for listening. And I encourage you to tune in every day to the Daily Gratitude Call. And the Daily Gratitude Call happens live every weekday morning. I'd love to have you join. So to find out how to join live, go to my website, WileenBenson.com. Thanks for tuning in.